Here is a fun debate for you guys. Zoro's height is 181 centimeters, meanwhile Sanji's height is 180 centimeters. We know that Zoro is stronger than Sanji. Shanks' height is 199 centimeters, meanwhile Mihawk's height is 198 centimeters. So is Shanks stronger than Mihawk? You can answer me in the comments down below. Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'll be talking about one of my personal best Shanks theories that originated on Reddit. If you want to read the full theory, check the description. Also don't forget to like the video and subscribe. And with that, let's begin. Red-haired Shanks, commonly known as just Red Hair, is the boss of the Red Hair Pirates and one of the 4 emperors that rule over the New World. Shanks is a former member of the legendary Roger Pirates, the only pirate band to successfully conquer the Grand Line, starting out his pirate career on said crew as an apprentice alongside Boogie, before forming his own crew after Gold D. Roger's death. Shanks is the pirate who inspired Monkey D. Luffy to go on his own pirate journey, and his crewmate Lucky Aru found the rubber fruit that was accidentally eaten by Luffy. This theory that I'll cover says that Shanks is the boss of the underworld and explains his connection to the world government. I'll also give some of my thoughts that add to this theory. Now I'll go over the theory quote-unquote. It is known that Yakuza cut off the left pinky. Traditionally, like from medieval times, the finger cutting of left pinky is meant to cripple your swordsmanship, as the pinky finger grips the handle the most tightly. We know Shanks is a swordsman and lost at least some level of ability in this skill because of Mihawk refusing to duel. And from how he uses it in flashbacks, his left arm was his dominant arm. Losing a finger was seen as a way to resolve a bet if you didn't have another way to pay. This really makes that line "I bet it on the next generation" come across a different way to me. The Marines don't call Shanks captain, by the way, they call him Agashira, or Big Boss. Like he's the head of the criminal organization. His crew just uses Kashira, or boss. The Yakuza organization structure in real life places the Wakagashira, or young boss, right under the Oyabun, or the absolute leader, so Shanks' title is alluding to the Yakuza without being one of their real titles. Rather than the absolute leader of the family, he is the boss of the family. Same idea, different phrasing. We also have the father-son cup sake ritual. The Yakuza use the Sakazuki cups to cement organization structure and loyalty. The Grand Fleet start calling Luffy Agashira after sharing sake, even though they don't do the real exchange of cups. Kyaishira's family in Wano use it to swear loyalty, so it even has explicit ties to the Yakuza within the world of One Piece. I imagine Shanks and his crew did the same father-son cups ritual as any other Yakuza family when forming the Red Hair Pirates, considering their deferment to his rank and level of respect. Also, Shanks is from the West Blue, which is important piece of information as the West Blue is overrun by underworld mafia figures under the 5 families of the West, who are known for having a strong underworld scene, and any importing of booze probably goes through them, so Shanks probably has ties to and influence with the underworld, as he was able to get best sake from the West Blue when visiting Whitebeard. Akagami can be written in 2 ways in Japanese. One means red hair, while the other means god of filth. What if red-haired Shanks is also Shanks the god of filth, the man at the top of the underworld? I started looking for more puns after this and figured Oda likes doing puns with bounties. Shanks is 4,048,900,000. It's got 489 Shiaku in it, and this led me in some wild directions. First off, Shiaku could mean playing the role of master. Then there's a bunch of gambling references. Yaku means your hand in mahjong, for one. But then the other one, Oichokabu, a Japanese gambling card game literally called 89. Turns out it's the origin of the word Yakuza. So I wanted to see if there were any notable connections between the syllable shi and the Yakuza, and got Shimizu Yuracho, most famous Yakuza in history. Adopted, became a gambler and criminal and started building a private navy. Played the Revolutionary Army and the government against each other. A swordsman. Robin Hood figure in Japan. Famously made sure people were buried properly after a war and defied the government in doing so. Was known to be able to settle major conflicts without casualties. This most famous Yakuza is showing many similarities to Shanks. If this theory is true, Shanks is definitely the most known Yakuza. There is a theory that Shanks was adopted alongside Boogie by Roger Pirates after God's Valley incident. He stopped Marineford War without any casualties and buried Ace and Whitebeard, similar to the guy previously mentioned. They even further prove that Shanks is the boss of the underworld. We can take a look at his crew. He is the boss of his crew, meanwhile his crew is made out of executives, similar to the one of the most influential brokers of the underworld, Joker, whose crew was also made out of executives. Perhaps the reason Kid chose to target Shanks is because he wanted to take his title in the underworld, and in the end, he ended up with his left hand cut off, just like how Yakuza do it. So what is the connection between world government and Shanks in all of this? Mother Carmel started an orphan trading business on Elbaf. Every 2 years, she would sell her best products to the world government, who would enter the ranks of either of the Marines or of the Cipher-Pol groups. The Sabati archipelago also had a tradition of slave trading, notably in the human auction house situated on Grove 1, and we have seen celestial dragons buying slaves, thus we can conclude that world government is also very deep into the world's criminal organization. Shanks could be one of the most influential characters in the One Piece, as he controls trading of every legal and illegal activity through his underworld position. This could explain how he was able to stop Kaido from going to the Marineford. He told him that he will cut off every smile and weapons trade, thus leaving Kaido with no other choice. This could also explain why he could have the audience with the highest authority in the world government, the Gorosei, as he basically knows about every legal and illegal trading that world government pulls off. And this could also explain how he knew that world government was transporting rubber fruit 20 years ago. Through his connections in the underworld, he found out about the fruit and decided to steal it. What he wanted to do with it is unknown, but we can guess that we wanted to sell it for the highest bid. If you've liked the video, leave a like and subscribe.